In this series, we'll be looking at living with depression and anxiety disorders. There'll be mention of suicide, so listener discretion is advised. The aim of these podcasts is to remind you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope, and it's possible to make a full recovery and live a good life, wherever you are on your journey.
Hello, I'm Christine Webber, and I'm here with Richard Hugues, who's director of the Assembly House, which is where we are today, and he's also the director and founder of these wonderful cookery schools that so many people have attended and loved. But Richard, we're here today because I know you've got a particular interest and positive attitude to mental health and mental health in the workplace and employing people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sounds very strange. I know lots of people say this, but we employ 80 people here, and we've always from the off tried to create this sort of family culture. So therefore, family, I'm sure you know, consists of many different people with various different problems.
Sure.
And but we've never been any issue for us. You know, we try to look at it positively, and that can mean all sorts of people with all sorts of issues.
Right, yes. I think a lot of people with mental health issues would be very interested to hear you say that, because I think a lot of people feel nobody will want me.
Yeah, well, the thing is with us, we're open 7 days a week from 7 in the morning till midnight. So I have members of staff, you know, who I rely on, but I don't like to use the word to cope, but they only want to do maybe 2 shifts a week, or they want to do 2 or 3 breakfasts a week. You know, we can accommodate that. Traditionally, the hospitality is all about 60, 70 hours a week, working all hours there are. You know, I think those days have moved on. You know, we need a stable workforce, and you have to accept that those days are gone. And you know, some people only want to do 2 or 3 shifts a week, and that's all they can cope with. Well,
so now that's interesting, because I think most people's perception of the catering industry is that it's crazily stressful all the time, and there's no work-life balance. Now clearly you're doing your bit, not only employing people with mental health issues, but also looking after people.
Those days have gone. I mean, you know, 20, 30 years ago that was the case.
Okay.
No, you know, there's huge staff shortage. So I'm not saying it's only driven by
necessity.
It's driven by necessity, and it is stressful. But if they can only cope with 2 5-hour shifts a week, then that's fine, as long as they're comfortable with that.
So then you could see the people that are perhaps trying to get back into the workplace. That is possibly because other people are doing it that don't have their issues. They don't feel they're being made a special case.
No. And as I said, we have quite a lot of more mature staff here, you know, who literally only want to do 3 nights, 3 mornings a week or whatever. So
they're all woven into this tapestry, creating
absolutely.
This lovely, welcoming
which
atmosphere.
is a positive thing. You know, which is a positive thing.
Yeah. Are there any downsides? I mean, do sometimes people come in having a bad day, perhaps, and they want to tell the customers about it?
Well, like I say, that is the crucial thing, and that is quite a difficult conversation that you have to have on. This sounds incredibly harsh, but you know, any business is a harsh environment.
Sure.
We all have to survive. You know, and we can't make a business like this around 2 or 3 people's specific needs. Do you know? And I know that sounds harsh, but the customer is really not interested in how you're feeling. Now that is quite a hard thing for sit down somebody to tell people. But if it was your birthday and you come along with your friends, you know, and you're having a nice time, and as you always do, as you say to the waitress, how are you? You don't want to then sit there on your birthday and hear hook, line and sinker about how they really feel, because ultimately it's their birthday and they're interested in them and their friends. They're not, and it's quite a hard thing for some people to accept, but that is the reality of this job. You can have a bad day here,
yes, of course,
but you cannot let that impact on the customer.
And presumably you make friends amongst the rest of the staff, and you might say to them, well, I don't know if you know, but I've had they may choose to share.
We if we take people on with these issues, we don't share it with the staff. It's up to you, whoever.
But the individual may well
to do that. And that's absolutely fine. And I don't hate the term make allowances, but we will be aware of that. And you know, they might fit somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, they might
Yeah.
fit in housekeeping where there isn't the pressure.
Right.
They might fit in a cookery school, which is more relaxed and more jolly place. But as long as we're aware of that. But ultimately, you know, on somebody's wedding, they don't want to be served with somebody who's not particularly happy that day.
I understand. So that's a message that the people working for you need to get hold
absolutely.
of. But the positives for them, that they're in an environment where lots of people work different sort of hours, and there are lots of different pockets within your organisation where they might fit, that's a very positive.
Very positive, and also hospitality by its very nature. People who come into hospitality are normally welcoming, they're normally caring, they're always hardworking. So by their very nature, they're surrounded by people who want to make you feel happy. Our job in any hospitality trade, hotel, restaurant, pub, is to make you feel happy. That is ultimately it.
Right.
You know, the food and the drink is all aside. It's we want to make you feel happy, and that extends to the staff as well.
Sure. So when you think about the whole catering thing and you know, a kitchen in particular, it's a very creative area.
It is.
I can imagine that you know, a lot of people with mental health issues are quite up and down sort of people.
Yes,
I mean, a lot of artists, performers are. So it's probably, would you say it's a good environment in which to find yourself in a way?
It is.
Because you find almost similar people to you?
Yeah, ours is, because ours is very well organised. It's a solid team. You know, so if they can go on to pastry if they like, which is pressurised, but a different sort of pressure. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not time sensitive, things like this. So yeah, the kitchen is a good environment. However, it is hot. It does get pressurised. People are under pressure. You know, you're not, should I say, at 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, there might not be too many please and thank yous. It's not a,
no.
You know, there's certainly no bullying, but you're under pressure. You want the job done, and your customer out there, like I said to you, is really not interested in.
No.
So it is a high pressurised environment, but to some people that suits, because I'm telling you, if you're in there, you can't really be thinking about anything else.
No, I was going to say, it must absorb you socially.
Absolutely. So when you come in there, you forget everything else, and that's what you concentrate on. So you know, I've never had a day, I always say this, I never had a day here where I'm not up for this, but I'm telling you, when I wake up in the morning, I think, not again, you know, and you think, I just really don't, this is me, you know, who's been doing it for 44 years.
Well, always on your shoulders,
I really don't
of
feel
course.
like it today, and I just wish I could stay in bed or something.
Yeah.
But the minute you're here, the minute you walk through the door, that goes, because you haven't got time to think of anything else.
No.
And so with people who may be struggling with the day, that's actually a positive.
I'm sure that's right, because I mean, certainly I've known an awful lot of people and their mental health issues are far worse because they haven't got a sense of purpose or a schedule.
Yeah.
And you're giving them both that,
absolutely,
aren't you?
And they escape.
And they escape.
Yeah.
So when you look back at the people that you've helped, what do you think you've achieved for them, or what have they achieved for themselves, if you like?
I mean, I think it's getting back into work, it's getting into some routine. The other thing, particularly in a kitchen, is, I know it's a very cliche thing, but it is a very family orientated thing. People in a kitchen, we always say this, nobody is interested, and it's a two-way thing. Nobody's interested in what's gone on before in your life. Which sounds harsh, but on the flip side of that, nobody's judging you whatsoever. All they're interested in that kitchen is you getting that food out and being nice to your colleagues and making the customer happy. So when it sounds incredibly harsh when I'm saying, and this is not just people with mental health issues. It's people with we take innumerable, I mustn't say children, but 16, 17-year-olds with really difficult backgrounds. I mean, really difficult backgrounds. And I always say to them, look, nobody's interested in that. And they say, well, my social work. I said, but you have to understand, you're in a kitchen, these guys, they're not interested. So, but that is a positive thing.
Yeah, because you're going to be accepted.
Because nobody's judging what's gone on. They're not interested in your court record. They're not interested in any of that. So
you'd be accepted because as long as you're part of the team, you're nice to the colleagues, you get on. Then you're one of the boys.
That's quite harsh, but kitchen is a harsh environment. But that is a positive thing, because if you're coming to work, nobody's going to be. Of course, you know, rotas and things like this. Your hours you're working. As I said, because we're open, from 7 in the morning until midnight, 7 days a week, we can fit the rota to you.
Sure.
That is really unusual.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful thing you're doing. Thanks
Yeah.
very much indeed for telling us about it.
That's okay. Thank you.
If you'd like to get in touch or need more information about mental health services in your area, then you can contact Equal Lives online or over the phone. If you're in crisis and need urgent help, then call NHS 111 or the Samaritans on 116 123.